Hello, I'm Mike Petrovsky. Welcome to another episode of Base 718 Cayman story here on Forever Manual. The car is dirty, the car is running, it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's my daily drive and I'm enjoying it immensely. I was thinking how to approach the complicated topic of my spec. You asked about it a lot. And I decided not to make it too long, too boring. Instead, I'm going to divide it on several short stories. And today I'm answering the most frequently asked question, why my Cayman isn't a Boxster. Of course, this might be not very informative for future Cayman owners because they already faced pretty much the same decision themselves, but at least it can be entertaining because this whole discussion requires a great deal of explanation of how crazy am I. But first of all, I have to thank you for getting interested. I posted the videos on 718 forums, people come from there. There is already 1,000 of you. Thank you, keep subscribing, hitting the bell to not miss the episode because they do not come out regularly. So back to the topic. There are several reasons to choose the Cayman over Boxster. And if I would start this conversation as a car journalist, I would probably use the words like rigidity, torsional stiffness. Although as a car journalist, I know that sometimes less torsional stiffness means more fun. And this is exactly the case of a Boxster, for instance, because extra rigidity makes the Cayman a little bit too square. It's precise, yes, but you know, these two words, precision and fun, well, they not get very oftenly combined. So why would someone choose dull model over entertaining Boxster? Well, first of all, it's the price. Today, sales of 718 model line splits 60-40 roughly in favor of a coupe. But in my case, the desire to have a Cayman came long before the budget was decided. I just don't see myself living with a Boxster. You see, to buy a Boxster like any other open-top car, you have to be a free-spirited person, like open-minded person, somebody I am not. I'm a control freak. I have previous experience of owning the convertible. I used to have an MX-5 of the previous generation, NC. It drove me nuts. I mean, I sold it not because I didn't love the thing, but actually because I very much did. And I was so sorry for it sitting in the garage with flattened battery while I was finding myself more and more oftenly drive 3 Series BMW Coupe. Because as a control freak, I have numerous questions to answer before setting off an MX-5. What's the weather forecast? Is it too cold? Is it too hot? Is it going to rain? What's the traffic like? Can I plan my route to avoid the heavy polluted parts of the city? I mean, people like me should be banned from buying cabrios for just being unable to embrace the necessity of not giving a fuck. I mean, are you prepared that your hair will be constantly dirty as your face, as the interior of your car? No? Fuck off. It was so complicated. So the closed top car for me is just a way to avoid all of these headaches. This is my ultimate everyday Porsche. And then this is my only car. And Boxster, well, it's more difficult to fit into, you know, single car ownership model. I mean, I have friends who drive Boxsters here in Russia all year round, but there is some sense of purpose that gets hurt inside of me when I see, you know, little pretty Boxster during the long, cold Russian winter. This is just not a circumstances this car supposed to live in. And then I really wanted full leather interior, and you just don't need one in the Boxster because leather gets burned, leather gets scratched with dust. Moscow is a very dusty city, so it's all over the place, it's very difficult to clean. So as soon as you choose the Boxster, you really don't need a leather interior, you'll be fine with plastic one. However, in some cases, Boxsters are better. For instance, if you do long miles every day on a highway. Because Boxster with the same setup, not only softer than a Cayman, but actually quieter. Here, you're trapped under the same roof with an engine which is located behind your seats. And this whole rigid structure resonates, so you feel a lot of sound pressure on the highway. On the Boxster, you just don't have it because you have your own space under the soft hood, which is actually dampens sounds quite nicely. I made my car a little quieter by turning off so-called sound actor. It's the speaker which is located on the firewall between the seats. It produces synthetic sounds alongside with an engine noise. So the car not only quieter now, but it also sounds more natural. I strongly recommend you at least to try, since the procedure is very simple. You just have to pull the fuse from the back of the car. So I'm enjoying the integrity of it. It comes sometimes with oversensitivity, because you feel completely everything, from a little extra PSI of tire pressure to little rust on the brakes overnight. But I'm enjoying it, obviously, as a control freak. Boxsters, on the other hand, they softer on edges, but this extra comfort comes with this sense of looseness. I don't like these vibrations on the steering columns when you're going over the rough terrain. Here, it's a monolith. You really don't care what you drive over. So these are pros and cons from my side for both body types. If you agree or disagree, please let me know in the comments below. Keep subscribing, hit the bell to get notified of future episodes, and yeah, I'll see you next time.